Hello YouTube. In this video, I wanted to showcase my ARD-2 rocket that I've been working on for a little bit now. I named it ARD-2 in reference to its flight computer, which is currently based off an Arduino Nano, hence the abbreviated ARD. And the 2 comes from this being the second iteration of this rocket, with the first iteration of this rocket unfortunately crashing. The main objectives of this rocket is to successfully demonstrate its non-pyrotechnic parachute recovery system, as well as to collect flight data onto an SD card. And with that, let's get into the main features. To begin, let's look at the nose cone. The nose cone is fully 3D printed at PLA and is friction fitted into the body of the rocket for easy access to the flight computer. Here, you can get a quick glance at the flight computer. As is pretty obvious already, the flight computer is housed in this main area of the rocket right where the ARD is, and it is retained with 4 screws. For testing purposes, there are only 2 screws, but during actual flight, there will be 4. As you can see now, that little button there is actually the main power switch. In hindsight, that's probably not a good place to put it, but for now, this is just a prototype. Moving on, we have the most interesting part of the rocket, in my opinion, which is the recovery system. As you can see, it's mainly controlled by that small servo. The servo horn retains the hatch behind which the parachute is stored. The parachute is in turn connected to the hatch, and once the servo horn moves, the rubber band or rubber bands that are there are then able to pull off the hatch and subsequently pull out the parachute. This then enables the parachute to be directly ejected into the airstream. It may not be the prettiest thing in the world, but I wanted to make it very reliable. Finally, at the rear of the rocket, the whole thing is powered by an ST's E12-0. Normally an E12-0 would pop as soon as it finished burning. However, this one is plugged so that we can adequately test the parachute system without being interfered with by the ejection of the motor. The final mass of the rocket came out to about 500 grams, so the motor is a little underpowered for the job. However, this was intentional to constrain the altitude of the rocket so that there's a lower likelihood of it being lost. With all that out of the way, let's see this thing fly. It was a beautiful launch day and the flight went nearly perfect. The only damages sustained was the loss of the parachute hatch as well as a loose battery holder. Finally, I collected some good flight data. Here is a graph of the altitude over time. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more uploads.